Hola amigos, bien o no, saludos desde Medellín, otro día maravilloso aquí hoy, ¿no? Entonces, el tema de hoy, utilizar la dificultad. Use the difficulty. Ese es el tema de hoy. Okay, so hello again from Medellín, another splendid evening we have here today. So the theme today is use the difficulty. And for this particular title, I am deeply indebted to one of my all-time favourite actors, Sir Michael Caine. This is one of his very wise pieces of advice. If you've seen any of his interviews over the years, you'll see him retell this story many times. I'll leave a link in the video to his original interview. But what he says is quite true. And I think it's also very applicable to our language learning journey, in the sense that one of the things we're going to have to get used to doing is dealing with, or perhaps more correctly, using the difficulty we come up against to help us improve and continue our way forward. So, why should we make use of the difficulty? What's the purpose of this? Because often when we're trying to improve our language, the difficulty is the easy bit to find, right? There's lots of it. It's lots of difficulty. What does it tell us? Well, it's a useful thing in the way to look for, because it helps to show you really places you can improve. Because if you find the thing difficult, you're not good at it yet. So that might give you a clue as to a way perhaps to change the type of practice you're doing. It might indicate something you need to do more of. Or it might lead you to think in terms of why. Why are you finding that particular part of the language learning difficult? What is it? I mean, what's about it that you're finding difficult to do? And the more we are self-reflective, like I said in the video yesterday, because we are really, in that sense, autodidactic. We are teaching ourselves as well. So the better we can reflect on what's difficult here, how can I get around this? How can I deal with this difficulty? How can I use it to help me go forwards? The better we understand ourselves, our abilities, maybe also some of our lack of ability, like our shortcomings, the things we're not so good at, but that doesn't necessarily mean we can't improve it. So what I really want to say is, don't look at the difficulty as a negative thing. It's going to happen. There are going to be some things in our language learning that are difficult. It could be all kinds of stuff. Maybe you just can't remember the words. Some sound combinations are very difficult. You can't get your head around that grammar point. But that's not a reason to give up. Really, it's not. So if you get to that point again, when you're like, oh, what am I doing this for? I encourage you wholeheartedly, as I often do, remember Sir Michael's famous phrase, and use the difficulty to your advantage. So with that said, and my grateful thanks again to Sir Michael Caine for all of his inspiration through all of the films of his I've managed to watch over the years from Medellín, we'll say cheerio.